The next muscle group we're going to stretch are our glutes. So we're going to do this a few ways. We're firstly going to stretch our glute max and glute med. The way we do this is by bending up the side you want to stretch. So here we're going to stretch the right knee, or the right glute, sorry. So we're going to put both hands over the top of this knee first. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to pull the knee towards the opposite forearm. So if you link those fingers round and just pull it diagonally across and slightly up, there we go. And we get a great stretch in this right glute. Again, holding that for 15 to 20 seconds. Once we've stretched the glute max, we move on to the glute med, which is a bit more inside of the hip, so sort of roughly around this area. And what we're going to do here is place the right foot across onto that left thigh, and then just with the left hand now, we're going to pull the knee towards the opposite hip. So before we were going towards the opposite forearm, and now we're just simply going to take it straight across towards the opposite hip. And what this means is we get a much better stretch through the top of the ITB in the side of the leg and into the glute meds themselves. Again, 15 to 20 seconds for that stretch. Once we're happy that we've stretched the glutes, we're now going to stretch some of our rotators of the hip. So we do this by, if we bend up the left side and then place the right foot across onto that thigh. Okay, so there's two stretches in this position. The first is what we call a push. So with our left hand, we just grab onto the ankle here, which stabilises the leg, just onto the top there, move this leg up. And then with our right hand, we push our right knee away from us. And this is a real deep stretch, so it feels like no specific muscle, but a general stretch around the hip. Again, 15 to 20 seconds. And then we keep the foot in that position. And then what we do is reach behind the left knee with both hands, so one on the inside and one on the outside. And we pull this left knee up towards us, keeping the head down as much as we can. That's a real key thing here. We don't want our head coming up and giving ourselves a neck injury. With this one, you're going to feel it right deep in the buttocks as the hip rotates. Just so you release that. Okay. There's one more stretch we're going to cover, which, if you stand up for us and come onto the other side of the bed. And this is a real massive stretch. It gets a lot of the hip rotators as well as the glutes themselves. So what you're going to do is put the outside of your right foot up on the bed there. And if you just move it slightly across as well. And then you're going to try and get as much of that lower leg flat on the bed as you can. That's great. Now, whilst keeping your chest up, what you're going to do is slightly fold yourself forward on towards the bed and bend that standing knee. There we go. And here we again get a great stretch through the glutes, but also you feel it coming through the ITB as well. The only difficult thing with this stretch is finding something that's the right height. So that's the key thing. You want it something that's about mid-thigh height, but if you can find something that's that height, it's a really great stretch.